We have an opportunity, and I would argue an obligation, to use our mobile networks to help achieve the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or the SDGs.
In our fast-paced 21st century world, constant digital innovation can and does change lives. As digital leaders with billions of global customers, mobile operators are in a perfect position to work together and tackle the ethical, social and environmental challenges facing society. As an industry, they are committed to doing things differently, for people, for profit and for the planet.
Being a responsible leader in the digital age, I think, means recognizing that there are at least two dimensions of responsibility. One, when we think about these new technologies, we have to be responsible in terms of making sure that they're not misused. If we're going to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, we need to be accelerating innovation. It means also preventing the non-use of these technologies for social good.
Here's how the mobile industry is changing the way it does business. Many companies within the private sector are aligning with the Sustainable Development Goals. In Kenya, mobile operator Safaricom is making the SDGs a part of its business strategy and company culture. To date, 83% of employees are familiar with the goals.
For Safaricom, it is important what our role is and what it is that we do for society. We don't think that our company can be, or any company for that matter, can be successful on its own.
For us, incorporating elements of the SDGs in is not just responsible leadership, it's also essential leadership for the next decade and beyond. Because without that, we would merely be an organization which was stuck in the past.
In the Nordic regions, business leaders from the largest listed companies have joined forces to align business models with the biggest ethical, social and environmental issues of our time, such as gender equality, women's empowerment and climate change.
We are a group of 14 CEOs from the Nordic countries that have come together to see how we can do more in contributing to a sustainable world. In the Nordics, we have a history built on cooperation, trust and transparency.
We are constantly reminded of the huge environmental and social issues we face in the world today. One of the big questions being asked is, how will businesses play their part in addressing these challenges? Over the past 4 years, the mobile industry has taken giant steps towards becoming more sustainable and responsible. How? By developing products that, by their very nature, improve people's lives, by making their own operations more sustainable, and by putting responsible leadership at the top of the agenda.
Businesses who invest in social and environmental programs actually do perform better, and studies have shown this time and time again over the past several years.
More than 50 mobile operators, who together account for over 2/3 of mobile connections globally, are now completely transparent about their climate impact, energy and greenhouse gas emissions.
It is important for us to show the direction and the growing importance of this climate action and the environmental concerns which are growing within societies, how we reduce our consumption, how we make our operations more efficient to have a better impact on the climate. So that includes efficiency in energy consumption, and we are focusing on that.
It was important for the industry and for MTN to take a leadership position on climate change, to acknowledge the work that we need to do and to acknowledge and support the impact we can make in other industries.
Mobile industry leaders recognize that responding to social, environmental and ethical issues is good for business. Embedding the SDGs into the heart of their corporate strategy encourages sustainable business practices and builds trust.
This industry is going through significant changes, and I think the only thing that is permanent is change. And from that standpoint, we need to make sure that we do things differently.
We issued a green bond in February of this year with a focus on using many more renewable sources of energy. We have an e-waste program, and it's been extremely successful.
We're now saying, as a company, we want to change 1 billion lives. These are big things that we want to achieve, and we achieve them by doing our job, by bringing products and services to people that are both affordable, efficient, and respectful of the planet. And I think this whole triple bottom line logic of people, profit, and planet coming together is a wonderful time for leadership to go and give new meaning to our activities.